Welcome to Crunk Unfiltered, where the opinions are loud, and if you're offended, I don't care. I got another D&D friend, another Dungeon Master, Rob, here, and we're going to have a D&D discussion. How'd you get into D&D?
Well, I got into D&D during the second edition, which was somewhere near the Satanic Panic of the 70s and 80s. I don't know if you were familiar with that.
I've heard about it.
It was basically not allowed to have certain stuff growing up. But anyway, I got into it through a cousin, and unfortunately it was a bad experience. I was told that I pretty much sucked. That the only thing that was keeping me at the table was because I'm family.
Yeah.
So I was like, bruh. I was like, well, I'm not going to see you at the barbecue. Forget you. And I didn't get back into it until, I want to say when I lived in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Oh, my goodness. 2013, 2014-ish. I started back in 5th edition, and it carried over when I went to Georgia. I actually was in a play group that was actually testing some products.
Yeah.
I got privilege to doing a lot of the unearthed arcana before it became famous, which is really neat. And then just ever since then, even moving down here, we've got a group. You're in it, Devin, Nate, Zach, your brother Caleb. How many?
There's quite a few.
There's quite a Miss Hannah.
Cody.
I think. Pardon me. I think Hannah now is wanting to get a character together for Devin's campaign, which that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't have to be the DM.
Yeah.
I can be a character again.
Well, I've heard. Devin and I, which we're going to get together tomorrow. We have and work on my character for his campaign.
Oh, okay, good.
And he's talking like how he's so excited, and he's like, I can't wait to do this again. I got the itch again, and he's working on me on my character, and it's something new, something I've never done. I'm just going to leave it at that.
So when you say something that you've never done, I'm going to go on a limb and say a character you've never played before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty much going to go on another limb and say you're going to give him a normal name.
I don't know what the name will be yet.
I was so close.
Hang on a second before we go into this. While we're on here talking about new.
Yes.
Check those out.
Oh, wow. Those are nice. Where did you get these from?
Foxhole Comics in Columbus, Mississippi.
When did you go there?
A couple of weeks ago.
That smells like game time, baby.
Well, let me tell you one.
Are those made out of bath salts?
No, not quite. Must be some voodoo or something because, you buy D&D dice, it's custom to make your first roll. I did not roll a nat 20, but I rolled a 19.
I'll allow it.
I think I like it.
I like it.
I remember the first time coming to your place to play D&D, and I rode with Devin or Zach. I can't remember who it was, but they walked in and you said, "Hey," let's say it was Devin. "Hey, Devin." Then you saw me come in, and who is this?
I'm going to say that I did too much microdots in 2001 that I forgot what I said that many years ago, but I probably did say something along that lines. I was just like, oh, okay, somebody new. And then my next thought process was, how long can I play with him before he breaks?
Well,
and you're still around.
Well, it was that when you done that, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to like this guy.
I'm a pretty easygoing guy. Although I look like a Timu Russell Crowe, but I'm easy to get along with. I'm also easy as a DM. because I let just like a lot of stuff happen.
Yeah, you do.
I would get messages from you, Nate, Devin, or whoever else wanted to join at the time, special guest stuff, and it was just like, hey, what if? And I'm like, secret here is I'm watching it,
Yeah.
and as soon as it starts, on the screen, I'm holding my button on okay.
Yeah.
I didn't read a lot of it.
Oh.
Because I was gonna go ahead and just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. And there were some of them I read, and if I responded back with anything longer than okay, it's because I was actually thinking about like, sure. But there was a lot. There was a lot of leeway in the story that I did for us. Now I have a question for you.
All right.
See, you like to do questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like to know answers and stuff. See, I need to know the answers to some things.
All right.
In your ventures of D&D, who above all is your favorite character as of right now? And it can be from any campaign you've done.
Well, have you heard the bear story?
I am very familiar with the bear story. The bear story is something that is ingrained in that pocket universe.
Yes.
I thought it was great how you would just come up with the most crazy ideas about a bear, and it got to the point where it was like, if he doesn't say something about the stupid bear, like, my life means nothing. Like, I'm just not even going to roll anymore.
Well, yeah, that was my favorite character, Penny and Oscar. He was my favorite.
How do you come up with your names?
Well, for that one, he was a dragonborn, fire-breathing dragonborn.
Yes.
I searched up. I believe it's Greek for fire-breather.
Oh, okay. So you did some research on it.
I've done some research on this one.
Okay, I like it. Now we're gonna go to mine. Tuska. Were you trying to be on the nose? Because he's an elephant man. Or elephantine. I don't want to get.
Yes.
I don't want to get your chat comments blown up with like, "Hey, don't know what he talking about." I'm somebody in mom's basement. It was on the nose, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, actually, everyone else helped create that character. Everyone else named that character. I just rode with it. I'm like, y'all want to make it? Let's go with it.
All right, I can dig it. During our campaigns, during my certain campaign sessions, through many different avenues, you were basically pretty much one of the most powerful characters in the campaign. Probably, like, I would say, top 2, top 3, depending on what was going on.
Yes.
And I noticed there were some times where it's like, you could have obliterated a lot of people, a lot of characters. You could have just snapped and just like done so much damage.
Yeah.
What was stopping you from going that route versus I'm going to stick a little bit with the group, and then the ultimate thing that happened was the betrayal?
Ignorance. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I've been playing for years now.
Right.
All right, but I hate to point the finger. I hate to come up with excuses because, this is going to sound like it. But I need to be playing a more consistent basis to learn more.
Yeah.
And, and I understand schedules and all that. I'm not...
We unfortunately have.
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
That is true.
But if I was playing, let's say, once a week or once every other week, I would be like, I'm doing this. And I would do something off the wall insane.
Okay. Oh, I honestly 100% believe you would, and you do. And when I had mentioned the betrayal, I thought that was like one of the greatest twists in the campaign, because I had purposely set up multiple times for you to betray the group.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't do it. And I was like, he's not going to do it. That's fine. And then you did.
You should have seen your eyes. You was like,
and then you ended up sacrificing yourself,
Mm-hmm.
unbeknown. Okay, that part. What was going through your mind when you teamed up with the paramilitary group Obsidian, which was pretty much another plot device in the story?
Yeah.
So you team up with them. You've betrayed the group. What are you thinking at that moment, and then the moment where you realize you were a sacrifice?
Oh. I was ashamed. Hey, Tusco was ashamed.
Got it.
He was like, what have I done? Not necessarily the lines of Judas betraying Jesus, but
Yeah.
he was, of course, like Judas, he was constantly wondering, what have I done? How could I do this? And
Yeah.
can I make this right? Will they
you.
forgive me?
I got you. Well, the only problem with that was you got ripped apart.
Yeah, I did.
Which my characters thank you for that. And we get up to the climax in the final battle, and I'm gonna be honest with you, being a DM at that moment, like my brain has already had enough. I did rush some things, and I can admit to that. I can also admit to rushing some of the stuff during the ending. But all in all, being a first-time DM in that situation in a longer style campaign, I felt like I've got my foot in the pond,
Mm-hmm.
dipping my little, see
Yeah.
what pulls me in. Perhaps next time, I will either expand on that world or try something different. But all in all, I think it's going to be an experience when I see you DM.
You mentioned that, and I have thought about it. I'm like, I've wondered, how can I pull this off? Could I do it? And how much work goes into doing this?
It can be a little or it can be a lot. My suggestion is, as a DM, don't give a care. Do what you can. The players are going to do everything against you for you getting to a certain spot in the story. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to scream when I wanted certain things to happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, finally, this is it. I'm going to get him to do this, or I'm going to leave him here. And then it's like, oh, hey, by the way, I got an idea. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Go with the flow.
Yeah.
Don't get in a panic. Don't be, like, oh no, they did this. Fine. You can either work with it or take it and in a subtle way bring them back to where you're trying to get them. The ultimate goal is to get them to the end game.
Yeah.
That's it. The fun part is everything in between. The campaign that I did was based off a story that I wrote. And it has just been lying there forever. So I decided to take the characters and I'm going to put them in a campaign. And there was some stuff that happened in the story that I wrote that were in there, and then there were other stuff that didn't. I actually tweaked it a little bit because I was like, oh man, okay, I see what I did. I see what's going on with Aaron's character. I see what's going on with Nate's character. David, okay. So it snowballed into its own story.
Yeah.
And in other words, it's like I have the main story written. This would be like a multiverse thing. And I just ran with it. But a lot of the characters were already pre-generated from a story that I had written years ago.
Well, I've thought about it, and I haven't thought about it in some time, but at one time I was thinking, is there a way I can do I'm a Power Rangers nerd, okay?
Right.
I've thought, is there a way I can do a Power Rangers type themed campaign?
God, I hope so.
I mean, that'd be cool.
I got dibs on Rita. Wait. Did that sound right? I mean, I want to be with... No, that sounds worse.
Oh, yeah, that sounds a lot worse.
Power Rangers, yeah.
Oh, but I just... It's just only been a thought, you know.
Like, if you were to do it, would you try to replicate the whole Power Rangers, like, I would guess say word for word, or would you make it your own and just be based part of that universe?
A little bit of both, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I would definitely have to say teenagers with attitude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would have to. You
Oh,
know?
without a doubt. Who would be the bad guy? Who's your villain? See, this is he thought he was gonna. Oh, I'm gonna get robbed after. See what I did?
Either like Zed or Ivan Ooze
Okay.
type character.
Yeah.
A character pattern after that, you know.
You can combine them both and call them zoos.
Hey, yeah.
Trademark that before it gets. Please don't come after us, studios who own this. We're just kidding.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh,
I like it. Okay, so is that something we're going to look forward to in the future?
could be. I would have to have some help with it.
Oh, I'm sure.
No doubt.
I'm sure there are plenty of people that would jump in. I mean,
Oh,
that
yeah.
would that I want to see other people DM. You, I know Nate.
He's talking about
He's
it.
talking about it. He sent some information out. He's talked to me about it. Hey, what about this idea? What about that? And the same thing I'm going to say to him that I just said to you. Don't get frustrated. Just go with the flow and have fun. I'm not saying be as lenient as I was.
No.
Because there was some uncalled for stuff going on later on in my campaign that like most people would have been like, why are you doing that? I'm like, I don't know. Just let them have it. It's kind of just like, how do I put it? The carrot at the end of the stick with the horse.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you guys just...
Well, your campaigns, I will say, have I noticed a different style with yours. You're more like you just said. Let's let them do this. Let's let them do that.
Yeah.
Devin's more about the books.
I would say him and Zach.
Yeah.
Play styles. Their play styles are similar to each other, but also different, and both of them are different from mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for me to do that type of style of let the peasants have what they want and let them burn themselves, versus now if I think of I wonder and put this situation here, and then if he does this and says this, no, it's like, hey Rob, I want to have a sword that just is a god killer. Okay. You're good with it? I don't care. I'm either going to be like, cool, you've killed one god, but then all of a sudden, why doesn't it work on the next god? You use your charge. See, you can always figure out a way around certain things.
Oh, yeah.
I part of my play style, too, is I really try to bring the world's NPCs to life.
Yeah.
It was so difficult for me because I'm not a voice actor. Was trying to have a certain either accent or dialect to where when you're meeting a character, that character, he or she sounds like this. And it's very difficult for me to project that from my head to my mouthpiece because, I'm not a voice actor.
Yeah.
You may get a few little deeper voices on this and, how doing? Let's go down the road. You're not going to get much,
Yeah.
Maybe a smidge of like a bad English accent or, something like that. Which brings me to my question for you. If you were to DM, how are you going to do the voices?
I would definitely try because when I go into a character that I'm heavily invested in, I'm heavily invested in all of them, but one of them that I'm really excited about, I like this guy, I like his character, I try to do a voice.
Yes.
And if I was doing a campaign, I would definitely try a voice, and odd enough, I've been working on certain voices for certain characters.
Okay.
And for future
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. All right. Now, based on that, do you think that a DM that tries to bring the NPCs to life, do you think that helps you out as a player and world bending, or to you it's just like, I get it, whatever?
Oh, it helps me to remember certain characters
Gotcha.
because I recognize the voice. I'm like, oh, that's okay. I'm horrible with names, but I know that
Yes.
voice. That is from here
Yes.
or from there.
Or some necro pimp who talks with,
Yeah.
which, he was. Okay, so I created this character not a long time ago, but before playing with this group, I had a character in mind that I wanted to do as a joke character. He was a necro pimp, and his whole shtick was, he doesn't need just the lady; he just need the right parts.
Yeah.
So, and his name was Papa Padre, and I don't know why I picked that. And the evolving joke of that is I tell it differently depending on who asks. Why do you name him Papa Padre? What do you mean, father, or dad? I go, it just depends on if you're of age or not. So yeah. So Papa Padre was in another campaign. I believe, was it Zach or Devins?
I believe it was Devon's.
Well, he was Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne.
So was it Zach's campaign? I honestly, I can't remember.
I can't remember.
And I apologize to Devin and Zach that I can't remember where my pimp was at. But it became a running joke in our group. Like I believe every D&D group has their own running jokes. I believe they have their own Easter eggs, their own whatever. What the French call a certain I don't know what.
Yeah.
Papa to me is like, I don't know. There was a one shot that we did with Devin, and it ended up being Papa was there playing video games, Call of Duty, as we're running through this madhouse, and I'm just like, oh my god, that was the greatest thing ever.
Was that the Halloween?
Yeah, the Halloween one. Yeah. Papa's, and Papa Padre has become, in my campaign, more elaborate, more of an open character, just the crazy things that like I can get away with being Papa. So yeah, the Necro Pimp extraordinaire got turned on by the game long time ago. So, of course, I don't have a real name for him. I don't have like, yes, he was this person as a storefront clerk or something before he became a Necro. I don't have one of those.
Well, see,
he doesn't have a backstory,
and that's the beauty of it.
He's just there.
He just exists.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So there's another little bit of tidbit about Papa is that he just exists. Yeah. So.
Well, you said, ongoing joke here. It's their thing. It's what I do. What would you say one thing I do with not only one character but most of them in battle?
Oh. The first thing that comes to my mind is whichever one's closest.
The nearest one.
Or the closest one. You will just, okay, we're doing a battle. Okay, this person's 10 feet from here, and this person's 10 feet. Who's closer?
Yeah, who's closest?
That guy? Isn't he on your team? Well, he's not now.
Well, the way I see it, when we're in battle, you don't go after you're wasting so much more energy. You're wasting so much many more moves.
Yeah.
Going to, let's say, the bigger target. All of these people.
That's fair.
Is a target.
That's fair. That's
a bad guy. Okay. Well, he's 15 feet. Well, that guy's 30 feet. Okay, makes logical sense to go after that guy.
Yes, appeasement be damned, and who cares if Sweden is neutral? After I get done murdering whoever's closest to me, I'm going to bathe in chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a sick man.
I've been called worse.
You've been called, everybody's been called something at our table, trust me. Let me think of it off the top of my head if I can think of one other thing. And it's not a dig against you. It's just something I know that you will do sometimes.
Okay.
I need this as an example, okay?
Works.
What is that supposed to do?
ADHD.
He has ADHD, and I know that. And he'll be like, okay, and fight and stab. And he'll be like, what am I using? Devin, what am I using?
Well, I mean, every session, Devin be like, let me see your phone.
Yeah, go let me get the phone. And I kind of feel like they've got this whole tag team duo that's like a hidden in-game feature that they don't tell us about. They're just like, look, we're just going to pretend that like I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm going to give you, and then that way it can make it sound better for me. You know, like just wondering like, okay, are they got something going on, that logical thing, some kind of weird strategy that I don't know about? No, I just want to know what I'm using.
Well, like most of my characters they're pretty basic. Something that's easy for me to remember.
No, I don't think any of your characters are basic. The reason why I say that is because would a basic character have the most epic bear story in all of our campaigns?
No, he wouldn't.
Would the most basic character become an elephantine into a goddamn undead anti-vampire vampire?
No.
And pretty much like curb stomp so many people? No. That's not a basic character. Even if I did help out with that one.
Yeah, you helped out a lot with that one.
But Nate was the one that was the trigger.
Yes, he was. Yes.
Because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, because I may have forgotten, somebody, whether it was an NPC or whoever I was saying, didn't somebody say, don't touch him?
Don't touch him.
What did he do?
He touched me. Give me a healing potion, which his character was away at the time. He in his defense, he did not hear don't touch him. He was away.
Yeah, he was away. Now, I'm going to say, based on that, Nate's character, I feel would have done that to help a comrade.
Mm-hmm.
He is, how can I put it? The way Nate's character is by design for him, which was a Viking-inspired champion of champions, Valhalla Odin, which I dig all that stuff. He really made sure to ingrain that in his character, that like, oh, that's my comrade, or hey, that's my part. These are my boys. I'm gonna be that champion of champions, and the whole shebang of fight for the good and whatever. Like go monitor a hall. I don't give a shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then he ended up being half god at the end, because I put in that his mother was a goddess he didn't know about, which was another plot twist of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to do more with that, but again, Devin became a full-fledged god, took out everything else, like he was supposed to, and I want to see if you remember, how many times during the session, whenever Papa Padre was having a discussion with the God of Destruction, or Obsidian were talking about how they hated the god and the goddesses, how many times do you remember just like, man, they don't want any gods or goddesses around, period. Because Obsidian was anti-god everything.
Mm-hmm.
Papa and the God of Destruction was pretty much like, I have a plan, I'm going to do things this way. But then Devin ends up taking out all of the gods, the rest of them, because you guys were out there hunting them.
No, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, when you joined with Obsidian and that paramilitary group that I had, these anti-god and goddess killers, you were out there. They were basically making you go in first.
They was making Tuska go in and kill these gods and goddesses.
You were destroying like planes and people, and then it ended up like what was left. Oh,
you remember one thing though about that campaign, about that session. There's one goddess that Tuska did not kill.
That is correct. And I set it up to see if you would, which was Nate's mom.
He wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't do it. So that right there, I felt like you were like, I can't do this anymore as Tuska. Like, I can't, like, I just, like, it's like you realize what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Then of course you get mauled and ripped apart and by some stupid kid with a god complex in himself.
Yeah.
Which, I gotta ask you about that. The main characters that I presented into the story. Orion, Papa, God of Destruction, the High Elf Mage, which we can't name here because I did steal that name. Okay. And the whole family situation dynamics with it. What was your perspective on that? Like, how did you look at the kid as what he was doing and what he's becoming, and Papa and the God of Destruction? Like, what was going through your head? I want to know.
That kid was a brat.
He definitely had some bratty tendencies.
That kid was a brat. And there was a lot of time Tuska, my character was like, let him die. Just let him die.
You horrible man.
Do you remember what he put us through?
I do remember what he put you through.
Okay then.
And here's another funny thing. You remember I had a buddy of mine, Devin, the other Devin, from Louisiana. He came to visit. He D&D'd with us.
I remember that.
He told me, how did he put it? And he may have been at the table, and I may have talked to him about it too. Either way, it was, what did this Papa dude and this kid do to you guys? Every time something was happening, you, Nate, or Devin would be like, oh my God. Or, oh, Jesus, and here we go again. It's like, what is going on? He missed like
he missed it all.
A ton of backstory with this. So, but it was great. I think it was really fun. I would have liked to have extended it more. I would have liked to have more time to play, but we're adults. We have jobs. We have families and finances, and
we have responsibilities.
I don't want any responsibilities, but we have to.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to have expanded more and actually wrote more passionately about it. But I think now, if I do decide to DM again, I'm going to try my best to up the ante.
Yeah.
I'm still going to be very lenient on stuff. I figured if that's my play style and it worked, let it go. Just let it go and think of ways to counteract it later. So, but yes, I will also be a part of Devin's campaign coming up. I've already got my character made. I mean, it ain't nothing really. Now, I thought about it, and I'm going to tell you this. So, I already told Devin, but I'm not going to do it. I said, how far in the future is your campaign? And he said about 200 years. I said, what if, since everybody was human, that's fine, because certain things happen, there's no longer, whatever. Orion and his mate got turned into humans, so as punishment for what they were doing, what if 200 years later, somebody related down the bloodline comes about?
Ooh.
I thought about like being a great granddaughter or grandson.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be crazy, but eventually maybe lore story wise, like your mom or your great was a cause of this.
Yeah.
You're part of your
Ooh.
And can you imagine like flipping it and just being him, an innocent kid? He doesn't want to. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. That kind of similar to a campaign that I was a part of in my FMW group.
Okay.
We had a friend, Chris Rich in FMW, where his dad was just this evil man.
Yeah.
Everybody hated his dad. Him, on the other hand, was nothing like his dad. But bad thing about it, everywhere he went, he goes, I'm so-and-so, and just get a full name. They're like, you are that bloodline, and simply because he opened his mouth, we had to deal with the consequences.
Yep. consequences. Hey, I understand. And it was really, I really wanted to go that route to see if Devin would open up more lore related to that.
Yeah.
To have the continuation of that bloodline somehow. But I think what's going to work best is I'm just going to be an original character. I got to do my backstory and everything for Devin, but I'm going to be an original character. I'm going to go ahead and just run with that. If it comes back to me as a DM, I'm going to take that idea on hold, and then I will use that as a catalyst for the new campaign.
That sounds like a plan to me.
And but yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
All right.
I don't. Some things happen. Some
Yeah.
things don't. Just remember, you are made of stardust. You are made from the cosmic elements of the universe, and you have laundry to do. Just remember that. And get those dishes done. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Get your dishes done. I mean, I don't care if you are made out of star matter.
I know.
You're not star.
I know you was in my kitchen earlier, but I don't get that many dirty dishes.
No, I didn't even pay attention to your dishes. I didn't even really look at your kitchen. I should have. Maybe you got some like really cool fridge magnets.
No, but I do got this awesome looking over the sink dish drain.
Nice. All right. Yeah.
Well, I reckon that's going to about do it for this episode.
Yeah, we're going to wash that one out.
Yeah. Crunk Man, signing out.